Hello and thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Pickleball Pick Apart. My name is Rory. I take pickleball games off of YouTube and I pick apart the play on the court. Watching my videos will help make you a better pickleball player. In this video, beginner pickleball play. I see play like this every day on the pickleball court. They want to take part in the hottest game going, so they start playing without having any idea of how to play properly. From holding the paddle incorrectly to being positioned on the court in the wrong place and everything in between, there's not much they do very well. If they would only invest a little money in taking a series of lessons in order to get better, the game would be so much more enjoyable and they would get much better at it. Instead, they just continue to play. They never advance in skill level because they don't have a firm understanding of what it takes to be successful. If this is you, watch this video and see what they are doing incorrectly. Thanks to the Scott Swing Pickleball YouTube channel for posting this video. Let's go. Here comes the first serve, but before the serve is even made, let me give you a tip that will make you a better pickleball player, and it's very simple. Look at the guy in the near court with the gray shirt on. Look how he is holding his paddle. I have mentioned this a number of times. I see more and more players doing this, and it really gives them a disadvantage. He is holding his paddle with what I call a frying pan grip. Somebody mentioned that's not the right terminology, but let's just call it a ping pong grip. Holding your paddle like this, as opposed to holding your paddle with either an Eastern grip or a continental grip, gives you a huge disadvantage. Now, the player in yellow, he is holding his paddle, I believe, with an Eastern grip. If you don't know what an Eastern grip is or a continental grip is, just Google it. I'm not going to go into a long explanation, but I will show you throughout the game how holding the paddle like he is holding it puts him at a disadvantage. Let me show you a mistake that beginner players make because they don't know any better. After hitting a return of serve, the second that ball leaves your paddle, you should move forward as quickly as you possibly can. Look what this player does in gray. He returns the ball and he freezes almost at the back of the court. He should be to the non-volley zone just about now. Instead, he is at the back of the court, and all the player in orange has to do is hit it at the player in gray's feet as he is moving forward, and the player in orange should win this point. There you have it. Let's go back and take a look real quick. So hit the ball here, run up to the front. He should be established at the non-volley zone, and if he were there, watch what he could have done. This ball is hit here. He could have taken that ball out of the air if he would have been positioned next to his partner in yellow. Instead, he never moved up, and the player in orange saw it and hit it at his feet. And of course, he can't get to it, so good job by the player in orange saying that his opponent was out of position. Very basic 2.5 mistake. Here we go. This player did move up. So this gentleman right here looks like he's going to drive the ball. What he should do is probably hit a third shot drop because both of his opponents are positioned at the non-volley zone. Let's see what he does. He just pops it into the air. What is the player in orange's intent here? What is he hoping happens by hitting a shot like this? He's hoping either that the player in gray is going to hit this ball into the net or hit it out of the court. Because the player in gray is holding the paddle improperly, he may hit it into the net, or he may not be able to get any topspin on the ball. He will hit it flat and it will sail out of the court. And that's exactly what happened. That is just one of the reasons that you should not hold your paddle like the player in gray is holding his. For some reason, it takes beginner players a very long time to realize they have got to be at the non-volley zone if they want to be successful. Pickleball is not meant to be played from the back of the court. And what happened here is the player in yellow hit a perfect third shot drop right into the kitchen, right to the player in orange's backhand. I mean, you cannot hit a better third shot drop than this. But look at what he does. He admires his third shot drop. He does not move forward. So basically, he hit the perfect shot and he totally wasted it because he did not know to move forward. So here's another mistake. The players in the backcourt do not realize that the player in yellow is totally out of position and the player in gray is at the non-volley zone. So that's twice the players in the backcourt have hit the ball to the player in gray. Now, if they're smart, they will hit this ball to the player in yellow because, again, he never moved up, just like most 2.5 players do not move up. They want to play in the back of the court and spend their entire time defending the ball. Let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. Take this advice and it will make you so much better. That's a good return. This player did not run around the backhand. He's trying to hit one right here. Let's see what happens. That's actually not too bad. Okay, another opportunity with the backhand. Can he reset this ball into the kitchen to allow both he and his partner to move up? No, I mean, what is he expecting to happen by hitting that shot? Look at this shot. This is even worse. Again, you have to play with intent. There is no intent with this shot. It is not going to allow the players in the near court to move forward. And the shot is over. You just can't do that. And that, again, is 2.5 pickleball play because they have not learned how to properly play the game in order to move forward. They're playing on what I call a wing and a prayer, just popping the ball up and hoping their opponents make a mistake. You can see the frustration on the player in gray. He's just holding his hands up like, what the heck is going on? The problem is, and I'm going to say it again, they have not put out the effort to learn how to properly position themselves on the court. They probably have never taken a lesson. They're just on the court hitting the ball back and forth. Now look at this. Look again. Look again. He's caught. He's caught right there. He's caught again. Nope. So let's watch what happened. And I pointed it out earlier. This time he does move forward after hitting the ball, but watch how slowly he moves forward. I mean, he's just creeping up here. He should be at the non-volley zone before his opponent hits the ball, but he just is not putting out the effort to get there. So the player in black sees it and he hits it at his feet, and now he hits a pretty good shot right there, but the players in the backcourt were sitting at the non-volley zone just waiting for it. This time, his paddle is in a position that is perpendicular to the ground. He hits up on it. He pops the ball up. Look at this. I mean, the player in black could not ask for anything easier than this. Point over. 100%, 2.5 pickleball play. If you're at the 2.5 level or even the 3.0 level and you are making shots like this, you can see what you're doing wrong, so stop it. Now let's see if this player moves up after returning this serve. No, he doesn't. Look at him. Look what he's doing. He only has 1 foot in the court. And he's stuck back here. This point should be over. Absolutely. 100%. It's not that these players don't have athletic ability. It looks like they could play pretty good pickleball, but the players in the near court at this point are just getting crushed because they are improperly positioned on the court and they are not able to hit shots into the kitchen. Let's see if he moves up this time. No, he did, but look,
The ball is already hit. He's not at the non-volley zone. The player in black hit it to the wrong player. That was the guy in black's fault. He should have hit it to the player in gray as he was moving forward. You have to be aware of where your opponents are positioned on the court, and if they are positioned incorrectly, you have got to take advantage of it. Now look at this. This time the player in yellow moved up. Now, the thing about this is you can't just do it once ever so often. You have to do it every time you return the ball. That time he did, so good for him. He should be positioned at the non-volley zone by the time this ball gets to him. He is, but he just popped it up. Why did he pop it up? Let's take a look real quick. Okay, you probably couldn't see that, but if you look at the position of his paddle, he's hitting a backhand, and the position of his paddle was pointing towards the ceiling. So when the ball hit the paddle, all it can do is go upward. I think the score is probably 5 or 6 to nothing. The team in the backcourt is winning. Hit the ball and move forward. Oh, and he misses a return of serve. If you're a beginner player, here's my advice. Hit the ball lofted and deep. Not all the way to the baseline, but at least past the halfway point on the court. That will allow you enough time to move forward and get established at the non-volley zone. I really have no idea what this player's intent was by hitting or attempting to hit such a shallow return. Maybe he was hoping if he did hit it shallow, his opponent could move up quick enough to get it, but instead he hits it into the net. So if the players in the near court don't do something different, they're going to get pickled here. He moved up again, which was a good job by him. Let's watch here. So what does this player do? I mean, what is he trying here? I guess he was trying a third shot, drive, drop combination, and just didn't make it. That's a very, very good third shot. This is the second time the player in yellow has hit this really good shot, but it's also the second time in a row he didn't take advantage of it. Look where he is. He should be at the non-volley zone. Good job. Another great fifth shot reset in the same place, but look what he does again. He does not move forward. And that ball is out of the court. He did hit a drive there that the player in black could not handle. But again, he kind of got lucky because he was out of position after hitting 2 really, really good shots. And that ball is out of the court, giving the players in the near court a point. I think that is their first point. It's not anything that they earned. Rather, it's the fact that their opponents could not hit a return of serve into the court. Now, this is another mistake that 2.5 players make. It's very simple. I mention it all the time. Watch the player in gray. When he hits this ball, his feet are not set. He is moving forward, and the ball goes into the net. I see that happen about 80% of the time when a player is moving forward and they have not stopped moving. If you want to get better at that, you have got to set your feet before you hit the ball. That's a really good drop shot into the kitchen with a backhand. And it looks like the player in gray is making this very difficult on himself. He's pretty tall. I'd say he's at least 6'1". He could have reached out and taken this ball out of the air, but instead he is letting it bounce. Let's see if he can get it back. There we go. Now, what was the intention of that shot by the player in black? What was he hoping? He simply popped that ball up instead of driving it or hitting a drop. Let me point out one more thing the player in gray did incorrectly. When he hit that fourth shot, he was at the non-volley zone. He did a good job of getting it back. But after he hit it, he retreated. Now look where he is. I personally think it is a big-time mistake to ever back up once you are established at the non-volley zone, unless, of course, you just pop the ball up into an opponent's put-away zone and you have to back up to defend. That was not the case in this scenario. The player in gray should never have backed up from being at the non-volley zone. Well, it doesn't really matter because the point is over. Okay, when you hit a shot like this, if you compare it to a football analogy, it's nothing but a Hail Mary because there's no way the players are going to be able to advance. And he did. That time it worked. It works every once in a while, but I would highly suggest that you not hit that shot. Now that's a very good shot by the player in orange. He hit it right down the middle of the court. A lot of times the middle of the court is a very good place to hit it. That was 100% the player in gray's ball because it was hit to his forehand. He just did not swing at it. He's very good at doing that. I've got to give the guy in yellow some credit for being able to hit those third shot drops. That is the third successful one that he hit, and he did an excellent job. Two problems here. He did not move forward. I have no idea why he does not. The second mistake that was made, and the guy in black did it again, he hit it to the player in gray, whereas he should have hit it to the player in yellow. Okay, let's see what he does here. And he missed it. If he would have been up at the front of the court, he could have put that ball away by slamming it at his opponent's feet. So what you're seeing are the same mistakes being made over and over and over again. I'm going to try to pick out some that you haven't seen yet. So I think that was one right there. Let me go ahead and back this up. There's a very shallow return and a very forceful third shot drive by the player in black. So his intent is to have his opponent pop this ball up so that they'll be able to put it away. If you look at the player in gray's paddle position, again, the paddle is pointing kind of upwards, so he can only pop this ball up when you're at the non-volley zone like he is. You want to defend most of the time with your backhand and not your forehand. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he got the exact result he was hoping for. This ball was simply popped up because of poor paddle position, and the player in orange should just smoke this ball. And he hits it right into the net. So pretty much 2.5 play followed by a 2.5 play. However, I do think the players in the backcourt are more like 3.0 level players. And that was not a 3.0 level serve. That was a very good get by the guy in black, as the player in gray's third shot was really good. I mean, he puts a lot of topspin on this. The ball is diving down, but the player in black is able to get that back. So very good job by him. Two very good shots. Okay, I'm going to say this one more time, and this will be the last time I say it. The guy in yellow hit a kind of return that I hit a lot of times. It was very lofted. It was very deep. The difference between me and the player in yellow is that at this point, I would be established at the non-volley zone right next to my partner. However, the player in yellow failed to move up. When you see this happen, when you see that your opponent does not move up after hitting a return of serve, you have got to hit it back to him at the back of the court and keep him stuck there. Let's see if the player in orange notices where the player in yellow is, and let's see if he hits it to him instead of the player in gray. Yes, he does. That is just absolutely fantastic. No, this is just 2.5 pickleball play. What is he hoping for here? Maybe for the guy in orange to hit it into the net again. Nope. Oh my goodness. You just cannot get cute right here. He was trying to be cute, try to dink the ball over the net, hoping the player in yellow could not have got it. Look how open the court is over here. All the guy in orange had to do was hit a shot at that angle, and the guy in yellow just could not get to it. But instead, he tried to get cute, stay away from cute, and get the point. Oh, and he missed a serve. And look, when your opponent misses a serve, don't give a fist pump. I mean, you did nothing to deserve that. It was just your opponent's mistake, unless they're just kind of ribbing each other. I mean, if you make a great shot, go ahead and do it. But if your opponent misses a serve, that's really not good sportsmanship. And by the way, the guy in yellow and his partner are getting crushed. Just cannot move forward, has no ability to hit an effective shot to move forward, yet when he does hit an effective third shot drop, he doesn't move forward. That is out. When you are hitting a third shot, you have three options: a third shot drive, a third shot drop, or a third shot lob. My suggestion is use the lob as the last resort, especially if you're playing outside and there is a wind. Obviously, there is no wind in this building, but he just couldn't get that third shot in with the lob. And if you are hitting a third shot lob, you have got to put a lot of top spin on the ball. He hit that lob very flat. Good. What is he hoping for with that shot? He's hoping to get crushed is what he's hoping for. I'm not sure what the score is now, but I know the players in the near court have made some progress. Let me just point this out. The player in yellow looks to be the most athletic player on the court. And maybe he's trying to win with athleticism because his position on the court most of the time is incorrect. Now, what is he hoping for there? Why would a player hit this shot? I just do not understand it. Oh, well, that's why. Just wait for your opponent to make a mistake. Good shot. Are you noticing something here? You probably weren't, but let me point it out to you. This game is almost over, and this is the very first time that all four players have been at the non-volley zone dinking. This is probably the first time any player in this game has hit a dink. And that's the way it is at the 2.5, 3.0 level. Most players cannot dink at the non-volley zone, so they do not even attempt to. Again, that was the very first time in this entire game that all four players were able to make it to the non-volley zone and dink for a few shots. Oh, are they going to dink again? Nope. He's going to try to do a little cute loft right there. Now look where the player in yellow is. He was at the non-volley zone, and he backed up to the middle of the court. Huge mistake. Now he's back up again. Goodbye. Why did he hit that like that? Because he, too, backed up after being established at the non-volley zone. Did not move up. Lost another point by not moving up. You would think at this point in the game, the player in yellow would have realized that he's making that mistake. But he hasn't. He continues to stay at the back of the court when he's had opportunities to move forward. Don't let that be you, because if you play from the back of the court, you simply are not going to win. If you want to move up in skill level, you have to eventually make it to the front of the court, and you have to know how to do it. And that's the game. I have no idea what the score was, but as you could see, the players are playing at very low levels, 2.5, 3.0, and that is the game.
So there you have it. Are you making the same mistakes these players are making? If you are, I want you to know these mistakes are easily correctable. You just have to put in the time to practice, to study, and to maybe take some lessons. Because if you just play and play and play without purpose, it will take you much longer to get to where you want to be as a pickleball player. That's it from Pickleball Pick Apart. I really hope you learned something from watching this video, and if you did, I hope you take the time to like it, subscribe to my channel, and click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. This is Rory saying, as always, thanks for watching, and see you on the court.